It's been a long time coming, but spring is officially here. And as we all look for ways to spruce up, clean up, and make things fresh and new, well, let's just say that the Newport News Waterworks department has been working way ahead of schedule, and actually each and every day, to assure a clean and safe water supply for its more than 400,000 customers. And recently they tackled a pretty major project that you probably didn't even notice or even thought they were capable of doing. But in the end, it helped save the city money, protect a local watershed, and eventually make the Route 60 corridor between Newport News and James City County bright and beautiful.
This piece of property, known locally as the Kitchen's Kitchen property, we bought it in March of 2009. I happened to be meeting with a developer who had bought it, along with some property adjacent to it, and he wanted to talk to us about how best to protect the reservoir with his development. And as the meeting was breaking up, I said, we've always had our eye on that piece of property because it had been a gas station. It's not been one for some time, and we really wanted to remove the gas station and protect the land because it's just too close to the property. It's very unusual on the peninsula, very steep slopes, so the ground drops off right behind the old building, right to the reservoir. So you really don't want any grandfathered uses to be there. We requested an environmental assessment be done before the city bought the property, and it came up pretty clean other than the building and a septic tank, but no gas tanks or anything like that were there.
And we started going through the motions of getting the permits to remove the building. We had to go with James City County to get all their permits for the sewage and whatnot straight, and we have to get all the wires and pipes and whatnot that are all the utilities that are in the area have to be marked, and so we don't disturb any of that stuff. Get a demolition permit, and then once we get everything lined up so we know what we're doing, then we're going to come out here and knock it down, which should be today.
Let the demolition begin.
Well, this actually is my first demolition since I've been with the city, but this is really important to us. The cleaner the water is coming into the reservoir, the easier it is for us to clean it when it comes out. So this is our drinking water, and anything that runs off of this piece of property goes into your drinking water and will eventually come out of your tap.
This is the ultimate boy toy, being able to knock down a building, do something destructive. Typically, we're working in the watershed, not very visible to the public, although we do deal with the public, encroachments and so forth. But this is it's what we like to do. This is fun.
Well, this type of project is very important for the overall water quality of Skiffs Creek. Not only does it take out a derelict piece of property, but it helps improve the water quality by removing the impervious cover, the rooftop and the gravel and everything, and then replacing it with grass and trees. Help restore the native ground cover that was there prior to this site being developed. As you may be aware, James City County does supply a lot of its own water through groundwater, but we do have to work in cooperation with other localities such as Newport News to supply future demand for the county, as well as Newport News' overall goal for the rest of the peninsula. So a project like this really helps preserve that water quality.
I'm going to make sure I have these operators separating out wood materials and so forth. Some of the parking lot areas, as far as crush and run, we will recycle those. Concrete, we have a local contractor will be taking the concrete from us, no cost to the city, limited taking up space at our landfills. We will possibly bring in some fill that's suitable for this site. So very happy, project's going along smoothly. This should be a nice, pretty site.
Boy, what a difference a few weeks can make. It wasn't too awfully long ago, there was an old building here, gravel, concrete, asphalt, just a rundown, dilapidated building. So in a span of about 3 weeks or so, it's a big difference. We do a lot of reforestation. We have a forest management program, in addition to just doing separate erosion control type projects. And, we get all our guys out here planting. We got about 15, 16 guys. And, out here we're planting our loblolly pine seedlings on a 6 by 6 foot spacing. Comes out to, we planted about 800 or 900 seedlings out here this morning.
Water will get the job done. you know, as Waterworks, we try and get out any open land that we have, we try and replant trees into it. And so, you know, this year I think we've got about 3,000 seedlings that we're going to put into the ground on about, you know, maybe 5 acres, 10 acres, something like that. So we like to come out here and kind of be proactive at getting trees in the ground. They retain the soil, they keep it from washing down into our reservoirs. So it's something, you know, for us, it's very important for, you know, our main goal of keeping clean water. Well, you know, Waterworks, we do a lot here, and a lot of it goes on behind the scenes, and not a whole lot of it gets noticed. So, you know, for us, we get out here and we plant the trees, and we do the best that we can as far as, you know, making clean water. I mean, that's our end result is getting clean water, but, you know, there's a lot that goes into that, not just filter plants. You know, there's a lot that we can do in the natural environment that really, you know, on the end result really helps out everybody.